Hello people, I am back again. Or if this is the start of a new video, I am back with Dominion 6 in Hilmar's Rise to Power. CCP, will you take over the world? Will EVE Online become the only video game that we are allowed to play? Well, stay tuned. Also, I just interrupted my recording for a second here because the last time I was down to the final minute. Yeah, that's funny. We're sitting on a 48-hour turn timer right now, since we're closing in on 50 turns in this game. So yeah, but I am of course not 100% healthy here, and due to A-related reasons I had to sit out an entire day, and I hope I didn't need an extension, but it was, as you heard with this weird gong sound in the last recording session, it was really close, but I managed to do my things and we are back on track now. Now I have 48 hours and I promise you I'm not talking for 48 hours. That's not something my eyes can actually survive. I have to stop soon to give myself some A drops and a little bit of a late breakfast, and then I have to do something that's less A straining than looking at tons of text and tiny baby man on the screen. So, course mine construction is now 3, 6, 9, 12. That's still 4 games. Did I fuck up and miss one of them? Well, it should be more like 20 now. Let's take a short look here. Yeah, I actually did miss one of these guys. Well, holy fucking shit. So, well, at least I don't need this one now either. So, now we are at 24, at 4 minus 3 games, so positive again. So next step up is I only have this one here, and even so he can come back, I don't want to risk losing him. So he gets the Storm Spool, and while I'm at it, Hilmar can now carry this stupid standard around, so he gets another +1 during battle. He's now at 9 in battle, 8 outside of battle. But we're still not yet finished, because now we have an Earth and Astral Mage down here. And now let's see what you can forge, my friend. The Slave Matrix. That's not exactly cost. Usually here you spend 10 gems to make someone immediately a communion slave, and this Master Matrix is a bit more useful, since the Master has a lot of big spells to cast, and those take a lot longer than convenient slave spells. Now we are here, the Coin of Meteoritic Iron. Magic resistance and astral magic goes up, and it affects the mount too. Well, the magic resistance, the mount can't cast spells most of the time. We need astral magic too. Well, luckily this doesn't mean I need 30 more gems to empower him again, because I already made a level 2 item. And I can just move it around and then think about what to do later. I mean, Hilmar could get one of those master items, but yay, here's another slot free ready. Since I don't have any nature mages at all, I have to rely on luck and fluff to do my thing here. So anyway, now you get this weird thing on your head. And now, yes, 2 and 2. We have 10 and, yeah, more than enough gems, so we don't have to melt down more of our stash. Meteoritic Iron Coin. Coin of Meteoritic Iron. So, next turn, Hilmar will be at level 9. So, yes, I've redistributed the Storm Spool, and we'll now have, yeah, a lot, but 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21. I think it goes and worked like intended. Of course, my weirdos here can only carry around 100 each. So I guess I have to park them on someone else for the time being. Don't want to send too many of those run down under. And yes, we have a commander. Yes, yes, yes. So now we have a growing reserve army down here to hold the fort. Yeah, 20 units. So we summon 20 units with 3, 6, 9, 12 plus the 8 from this thing. So yeah, so they do manage to work together. 3, 6, 9 plus 8 are 17. Oh, that's not exactly 20, but apparently I just suck at math because that was fucking embarrassing. So now we have to spend things up because of something I want to show you soon. So here's my second skeleton rider. So these guys are now the vanguard of evil here. Well, technically speaking, we aren't evil, but you get what I'm talking about. No idea what this guy will do. But he's only the Rift, so they're only not just undead. So now my experimental underwater task force is going to the staging area. This army was already ready the entire time. And next turn we want to do our combined attack. Maybe. Oh, yeah, of course. This time I didn't have plus 1000 gold or something. But on the other hand, Harab Elder is joining in soon. So this army... Oh, yeah, this army can't move right now. But we have our weirdos here. Of course, fucking hell, of course, now that I want to start this entire fucking miniature armies are here in the way. Can I move? Yes. I'm moving into fucking hell. Okay. This is a bit slower than I expected, even with flying units. So I'm now sneaking across over here, hopefully because there aren't any tiny stretches of man in the way. So next turn we can start doling out gems and start moving this army around, and this means it's the final round of looking how many Harab Seraphs we have with good paths. We have this guy. Do we have some double death dealers here? Nope, 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 nope. Nothing new under the sun. We got another fucking hell. Why the fuck not? But he takes too long. 1 and 2 turns. Well, here I'm sending him over here instead. So any double death mages here? Nope, that would be the Harab Elder, and he's 1 turn too late. Well, this guy is here, of course. Last minute addition. We are now 1. This one is Aircaster. 2, 3, 4. More than enough Aircasters are already. 5. Yeah, 5. Okay, that's not much in terms of undeath. We have, of course, all our other shit. So let's hope it's enough. Fortress building is underway. Eve Vanguard. Oh yeah, of course, there's something I can do. Just reminded myself of. Not actually recruiting anything here. Yeah, okay. Let's remove this here. Okay. That's this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Now we've freed up some money. And our damn overlord here. Up. Get some basic orders for travel, and then my Raven Lord can take up a holding position here in collecting Raven Lord units. Now I have some extra money for equipment. Yeah, you guy. You get now an empowerment in Glamour, so I have at least one idiot who can use Glamour. Problematic. Just remember this one fucker fucking deal with what I wanted to do is forging Glamour research boosters, but instead I think I use it to forge Glamour shit that helps our stealthy commanders a little bit out. So anyway, next turn we are in the jump off position finally for all of our armies. Now it's time to do some double checking. Well, our army will probably make a dash right to Ulm. Let's see what's if we can do something here. Okay, this army will probably be on the move soon. There's really not much going on here, huh? So let's move our idiots a bit around. And then I'm trying to attack all those 3 provinces from Hexwood down to Camia to see if we can use the fact everything. Oh yeah, okay. We're really risking that this fortress is getting finished before we're ready. But I really want to attack as many provinces at once as possible. And if our army gets the movement orders next turn, it's an attack along this line here. 4 provinces at once attacked. Because these weirdos are also trying to do the same thing here. One sneaky commander, one sneaky commander. Yeah, I didn't have one here, then I've forgotten, so that's it. So my main army will march into Werdlin then. And then up into Exibotia, where we probably have our first big clash with whatever is going down south now. The army in Dunwale has marched off and is probably in Moliton right now to join the siege. I'm still trying to claim these 2 provinces first because they're probably the most unexpected and the softest targets. Otherwise my main army has to slow walk up here. And the undead army will probably be at the same range we here and here, and on the right flank probably things will be okay. On the left flank I don't know. My underwater army will come out of the ocean probably on whatever needs the most reinforcements. So I still have this money I have left over. Yeah, they're already surfing it up here, so they don't need extra. Nothing going on here, so let's do this here. Last minute, roll off the dice to see if we can get something here. Caretakers would of course also be helpful. We are trying to do a lot of shit here, and well, the thing is, his Jewel Guardians have suffered a lot, so there aren't actually that many, and he hasn't too many vampires now. So, fuck it. Harem Seraphs. Oh wow, fucking hell. Completely forgot that this fortress is still too shitty. So, instead I guess I put... Oh wow, I did recruit a lot of shit apparently. So then let's go over here, where TC is on a victory road. When all the boring crap is now done, my armies are marching into position for the full invasion, and next turn I can give the attack orders. Thank you for taking so long, Wiederfanash. So the great CCP offensive of 2024 will soon start. Yeah, that's this main attack here and 1-2 attacks in the same turn here. Well, we attacked them down here, so that's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, and let's say 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 units. Oh, wow, I am really bad at counting, fucking hell. So on the right flank we are attacking 4 provinces at once. And here we are attacking at least 3 provinces, 1, 2, 3, and maybe a 7th one. Yeah, so 7 provinces at once. And even if we can't really hold them immediately because there's still sizable enemy forces, after the huge losses Ulmian took against Robo TC, I'm fairly sure we can at least lock down his capital with overwhelming force, and then use our second army to remove the enemy armies from our A side. Also, I really want to remove all those stupid temples blocking the progress of our belief system in EVE Online here, because that's annoying. Still have sizable resource forces everywhere in case someone wants to get something from us. But, well, Patala is probably more concerned with Pythium's rising star right now. TC is robot controlled and full on in fighting its enemies. And Agartha and Femini and... yeah, that's it. They're all fighting TC. Even Ulm, technically speaking, is still fighting TC. So let's see what the fuck was going on here last turn. I think we didn't speak about battles. Yeah, okay, first, minimum viable attack force hits a bunch of clockwork horrors. And then the Servant of the Oracle summons a bunch of undead, but the machines win this fight. TC, a nation controlled by a machine intellect using machine summons. Now that's some funny bit for you. Then in the Glimmering Fields, Ulm attacked the special monsters of the barbarians and won. And we see a vampire contest here, but that might be either their pretender or their hero. Let's take a look. Oh, Bone Fiends. Those summoned by blood magic, so we're getting there. And the first vampires of the day, so yeah. It's either now or never, because soon blood magic will be the only magic allowed without fuckery. There's not much going on here. Let's see if we can find... here are the Bone Fiends. Kind of mean. High attack skill, not many hit points for their size. Magic resistance is fairly high, and they are undead monstrosities in inanimates. The moral 50 is kind of fucky. But, well, they have 2 attacks and can cause fear. Yeah. Poison resistance all well. Yeah, the typical... oh, they can't use fear. That's strange. Huh, okay. They're not, but at least they are quite good fighters as long as they don't get hit, because then they'll probably crumble to anything thanks to 0 protection. At least they have lots of resistances to make this as hard as possible. Here we have the vampires. Good attackers and defenders, 0 protection, but they're also invulnerable, so only the big beefy hits go through. They also have reforming flesh, so they regenerate hit points. So if you don't kill them immediately with a good magical hit, they'll just reform the few hit points they're losing. And that's it. They're also susceptible to fire and have cold resistance, which is kind of funny. That means if you have middle or early age Caelum, we would be in trouble, but since we can only use thunder strikes and death ourselves, that's irrelevant. It's just too bad we can't hit the fire weakness. And immortality, so we'll every time they don't get hit by Soul Slayer or something, they'll just come back like a bad penny. They cannot pass rivers because they're vampires. And they're really stealthy. It's probably for the best we deal with them now, before our neighbors start seeding them under us. And I have tons of resistances on top, yeah. Can't be poisoned because undead, and dark vision 100, so in the darkness I can see fairly well. All classical. And then we have Valhalla the Vampire Contest. So, good news that it's not his pretender. Bad news, it's a unit that can do everything a commander. Well, typical invulnerability and other resistances and weaknesses like any vampire. But they are also, well, minimum stealthy, I guess. But they're also seduction units, so they can steal your commanders if you're unlucky with your magic resistance and moral rolls. I forgot which one of those is more important here. Seduction is not exactly something I'm familiar with, because none of the nations I have ever taken had this. Technically speaking, I guess I've played Ulm, so I should have had those, but I tend to try to win the game before everyone devolves into blood magic country. Let's see about this. Yeah, resistance against everything, same deal as the normal vampires, just with a little bit more fluff and better stats. And of course they are leaders naturally. The normal vampires are only units. Here. No leadership because they aren't leaders until you make them one. And sometimes late age Ulmian gets kind of spiffy commanders like this vampire countess, or sometimes a vampire count. Or like the blood graph, so the blood graph, German here. Blood count would be appropriate, but why not? Maybe it's even a rename. It's thematic, I like it. I'm not complaining here. So the little darts will start flying here. Should be a short battle. The vampires could probably deal with this alone. And yeah, lots of little fireflies from the 13 black priests. I completely forgot about them. Yeah, some of them have astral, some of them have fire, some of them earth, I think. Of course, I don't have to look at... Oh, there they are. Yeah, so this one has air. This one too. Yeah, okay. Fire. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Iron darts is of course also cute against everything magical. Good that we're in the late age where not many nations have tons of magical units. So one of the commanders managed to get killed. That stupid dumbass. Probably friendly fire even. And here we have the Black Priest. Yeah, so one earth, one random out of those 4 options. Astral of course is a bit more useful, I think, since then you can just put several of their astral mages together for profit. So at least this guy is this stupid little castle is cleared now. We're already Saunders in the battlefield. Then another big battle against TC, between TC and Agartha, and TC won again? Okay, TC, let's see. They're finally losing a chunk of their ancestor vessels, and a good chunk of their heavy horsemen, and their barbarians, and the single shit the AI sent in there just for fun. Almost all of the footmen and the trolls and the men. Oh fucking hell! It never ends here. Okay, and they only have 1 mage. So that's how good ancestor vessels can be. They basically carried this battle on their own, and Agartha had 1 criterion. Yeah, Agartha, what are you doing? You should have had more mages. Even your expensive Drakelord bought it. Again, a chunk of crossbowman is dying. Don't know why Agarthian players are always so heavy on the crossbowman. They're not a magic line. It's not like they're carrying rifles, for fuck's sake. Then the sappers. Yeah, I don't know why those are so... I mean, yeah, they have magic fire damage cave bottles, but also can only hit shit directly in front of them, and the bottles It's a one-time thing, and that's to the pickaxe. Probably more because of the siege bonus. And then let's go down here on the blind fighters. Oh fucking hell, half of the sacreds are gone. Oh, that's not good. And the expensive pieces of shit, the cave knights, of course they're losing. He lost most of them. More crossbowmen into the slaughterhouse. And iron coursers. Now those are good because, well, they're basically the same machine gimmick with we only run for a certain time or something. They can actually be strengthened with special Agartha magic. And oh, completely forgot. Nope, they're practically just undead with a gimmick. The gimmick is they have 2 swords, and if they receive the special magic power from Agartha, their stats are suddenly mediocre instead of bad, and then we have a fairly good infantry unit, just with very low magic resistance, and with some special resistances against poison and so on, and of course extra vulnerability against priests, I guess. Never heals and all that shit. But hey, you can get a lot of them for cheap if you're playing late age Agartha, and then you can power them up with your mages, so they're not shit. In this case, of course, they're all 8 shit, and that's kind of sad. The Umbrals, oh no, they're the best units here, and 8 of them died for nothing. Yeah, well. And the Province Defense Squad, of course, completely pulverized in the middle. That's a lot of lost games there too. Let's see, what the fuck was going on here? Yeah, just those giant stacks of sacreds and other cavalry. That's like the Mongols destroying one of the Russian armies in the past. Of course, a giant block of... What the fuck is this shit, my friend here? Why did you put all your iron soldiers right behind you? No wonder it's troublesome. They're all stuck behind. Some good play, my friend. I have no idea where they are. Did they manage to move out of that? Nope. Yeah, all those fear-causing missiles are grinding down on units who are actually vulnerable against the ship. Yeah, at least this won't do much since the blind fighters aren't undead. But that's how I already deceased. They even have acid weapons. That's not even bad. But oh wow, those poor bastards are on fire. Oh, I'm getting it. Did they get set on fire by your own sappers? There's all fires all over the place. You fucking hell, you maniac! Why did you have 100 sappers with exploding cave fire bottles in that side here? I'm fairly sure all those fires I see were friendly fire, in a literal sense. Look at this, the super cave knights are just getting pasted because they're so slow. This is basically a huge display of what not to do when planning out your armies, my friend. I hope the player learns from this, because those poor sappers probably killed half the army. Oh, of course, I completely forgot. It's probably not the sappers, but these guys have fucking hell. There are, but I'm here. Yeah, they have a heat aura, and of course they probably set fire to a lot of late age Agartha units who are either undead or definitely have no fire resistance at all. At least they have no started setting fire to the right peoples, but since the ancestor vessels are really fucking good at fighting, it's not going too well here. And they are all, of course, they have air shields, so the crossbowmen were completely useless anyway. And they are blurred, so they not only have high defense skill, but extra hard. Well, at least blurred won't work on the blind fighters, but it's a little too late. Those, of course, those guys are completely fucked. The cave knights have no chance at all of hitting something, and the poor beasties... Oh, okay. Some are more experienced than others, it's good, but the cave drakes alone, not so much. And of course, they only have dark vision, not true sight or spirit sight. So yeah, so a couple of the ancestor vessels get killed and munched, but then it's already over. And oh yeah, against air shield, my friend. More quality units, less crossbow, man, please. And yeah, the great route begins. And now the cavalry, of course, manages to kill some extra units. Oh yeah, that was a complete disaster on all fronts. Both sides were extremely light on the mages, and it shows. If one side has good units and your own side has shit units, that's the result with no magic to show for. So let's end this mercifully. So yeah, this is the end result. TC had, well, lost 1/3 of the army, but most of it was cheap shit. Only a tiny amount was the expensive ancestor vessels. While the forces of Agartha took a severe beating, 200 units lost, and a lot of them were the important shit, like, well, I don't want to call cave knights important, but they're certainly expensive, though, fuckers. And then all those crossbowmen getting a mild pacing, and of course the iron coursers are gone, the umbrals are gone, and the blind fighters have lost more than half their number. Yeah, that was an extremely painful thing. And it's good for us, because it means Agartha and TC will continue fighting. And it also means that Agartha probably has all its hands full now, fighting off the huge stacks of TC walking up there to defend the capital. Good look, Agartha. I'm pressing your thumbs off, whatever the English language expression is for Ich halte dir die Daumen, mein Freund. So, back to our side. This couldn't have been better if I had planned for this. So Agartha has taken enough losses and they'll keep fighting TC and can't help Ulm even if they screech for help. And Ulm has taken huge losses trying to get this stupid fortress for themselves. And yeah, so next turn we'll do the final organizing and scripting and game shit, and then we'll give our attack orders and the fight will be on. So what is our research doing, by the way? Oh fucking hell. Our research is grown enough that we are already at alteration 7 next turn. Well, this is good news. So we'll already be able to script Doom as a neat little surprise for the largest enemy army facing us. Will of the Fates is... Hey, okay, yeah, that's good. We have 2 really good spells to use. Will of the Fates, of course, needs 5, and the left flank is a bit weak, and if that fatigues, we need some extra slaves. But yeah, this is important here. The first successful strike against any unit instead just our sacreds. This is perfect. It's not exactly arcane domination, but well, I'm taking it. And then we'll go back to here. So things are looking up. And of course, we can do the same shit on the right flank since we have a strong astral mage there too. And I'm not talking about our pretender because, well, okay, I want to keep him back for as long as possible. Whereas our... Oh, 2. Okay, so our right flank is actually not as astral heavy as I had in mind, since we got instead a really powerful water mage here. So, the fuck? What's it for water exactly? Whoops. Nope, sorry. Just wanted to look here. Alteration, water. Frozen Heart, yeah, it's all useful. Brave Warriors is interesting, but it's also reducing our speed. Well, maybe it's useful. Maybe. Acid Rain, yeah, okay, but they don't have fire. Friendly Currents only works underwater, so nope. Quagmire makes everyone slower. It's kind of funny this even works on flyers if I take this as it's here. Well, so we have some spells. Thaumaturgy is... yeah, it is less useful here. Now we have a funny thing. Can I get another big astral mage ready? Well, we need astral pulse in a more normal way, I guess. I just burned a lot of gems, so let's not. So yeah, I guess our pretender probably has to go to the battlefield. But at least with all the super spells we can cast, that's interesting. Okay, on the left side we'll probably have to take the slaves in here. Well, poor researchers. But well, if I take 4, that's a +2 on the magic scale. This guy is then actually at level 6 after turn 1. Yeah, I think that's enough, yes. Can I give him some kind of protection since... Let's lift this stupid army here. Yeah, okay, he is not going to attack, so that's good. Flying cannot be used by mounted units. But I can give a flying unit something that gives them flying. And he can trample now. But I mostly gave it to him because now he has some protection and some extra hit points. Since he is really, really important for us. And of course he has more encumbrance now. But fucking hell, he will cast some major spells that will send him to La La Land after 3-4 turns. So that's irrelevant. We just don't want him to die to a stiff breeze here. And he has awe, so he is hard to hit. Lump, some resistances. And if something managed to hit him, despite everything, at least he won't die immediately now. That's something. Anything else magical I can dole out? Well, no, only the stupid berserker pellet. So yeah, we are ready now. Next turn, all our armies are in the staging areas, and we can launch our massive Ulmian invasion. Well, wait, it's the Caelumite invasion of Ulm. Yeah, that's it. And we'll probably have to use our pretender on the battlefield. Not exactly like I planned, but whoops. I spent so many of my non-existent gems that you kind of have to. At least with Astral 8 +1 right off the bat, he can just cast all those dumb spells without needing any help out of the bat. And I can use the little level 2 guy for something else meanwhile. Oh, I keep forgetting I have the cap, but does Helma even need a cap? Well, he has a crown. That's probably not enough. I don't want to get him hurt on his stupid little head, so he'll get that shit back down. Yeah, why not? Okay. Can. So. My last chance to do something here. Let's see, last check. If we need probably something. Probably something. Yeah, okay, we should do the useless ones first. So, because now I don't have to choose, we can have a cap, an ice helmet, and a starshine skull cap, and we still have some left over. Good. Because this time I want to be extra careful in case all of our astral mages eat it on the battlefield, including our pretender. So in this case I can leave this starshine skull cap with our forger, because this guy then can forge more astral boosters and hopefully make it so he can summon some backup back on the battlefield in case. And there's just one thing left now. Okay, 2 things. First off, yeah, how many idiots do we have that aren't really useful? Okay, we can, of course, the hell, yeah, of course, here's the super helmet here. Let's combine those assholes. Upgrade this a bit, and yeah, F-bound here. So we have, yeah, so CAW will now do something, and Eve Vanguard will go back to defense, and then Brugger, what the fuck are you? Who's this guy? this guy. So now I'm setting this one to construct the fort. Ah yeah, and I wanted to see what this one has packing. Last minute reinforcement. Oh hey, very good. So let's put this one into attack mode. So, back in Dominions 5 and earlier, this would actually be the optimal choice, by the way, because with squad-based morale, the chance was less that each block would immediately run away as soon as a certain threshold was met, and then you would have made a sad face with your entire army running. So now that it's individuals, there is a better chance that your big stack stays the way it is. So let's do some more attacking here. Llama is probably out of the range for now, but if there is not much over there, that could be another stupid province we can take from him. And he has to then take back while our big armies do their big army things. And this is... Fuck, that is still... No, fucking hell, I did make a lot of those, huh? Huh, okay. There's still another one here. Nope. I can't send two here. And see if I have any backup. Yes, yes. Get this one. Yeah, we have full control almost here. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have to double dip here? Probably not. Can I get over there? Hey, yes, of course. So then this means these guys sneak over there. And these guys snake into Vienna and hope for the best, because if they're discovered, I have to immediately launch the attack. I mean, I'm launching the attack anyway. But it would be nice if I don't give my enemy a warning to drop large amounts of gold on any province in bordering us, I mean. But yeah, so now I have done everything I can. We have one big research turn before our research speed is probably more than halved with all my mages starting to move. But at least we managed to make it to Alteration 7 out of 8, and then we have those other levels to pick up, and then it's Master and Slave time. And I really hope my Pretender is still alive when we finish this. And I hope I manage to finish this before it's time for the big bad cataclysm. I have to remind myself that everything that I'm doing here, forging and equipping and so on, is the last thing I can do, because I don't want my big bad mage to do anything under the influence of cataclysm, because one horror can end all plans, as I've learned in older games. So anyway, that's it. Everything done. Next turn I'll give the attack orders, and then we'll see how the things will turn out on the real battlefield. So Lipluini out.